You had no authority. None. Mexico City. What were you doing there?
I was taking some overdue holiday.
The countdown to Spectre is over, and this is the Wayward review of Spectre. I'm joined with Dools, Locke, and Lads, all part of the part of the Wayward podcast.
We've all seen it.
We've all
The
seen
OG.
it. We've all got varied opinions, and we're going to go through bit by bit, not spoiler-free completely,
Yep.
but of what we liked and what we didn't like of Spectre.
Yep.
Now, Spectre opens up with that awesome scene of Day of the Dead. We've seen it in the trailers, and it's phenomenal.
It is.
It's all edited as if it's one shot, and it's excellent.
Yeah, it's just this huge Mexican Day of the Dead festival. It follows Bond, who has this cool mask on, as he, roams through the crowd searching for his target. And it's all edited to look like one shot, and it's so cool.
Cool, yeah.
So cool. I mean, that's just like a trademark of Bond now, especially these Craig films. A huge opening spectacle.
Yeah, so...
And unfortunately it all goes downhill from there.
For some of us. So yeah, the opening scene's awesome, and then it goes into Sam Smith's writing on the wall, which did you guys like?
I liked. I mean, the song is
It
not
was-
that
it
good,
was
but
fine.
it didn't have the same impact as Casino
Exactly.
Royale or Skyfall.
Yeah.
Personally,
I thought,
the best Bond song for me is Golfing by Shirley Bassey. Is that for you, Dools?
Yes, but in terms of Craig films, which I feel...
Craig-
Casino Royale, I
it's-
feel is
No,
Skyfall
it's
just for
Skyfall,
me.
yeah,
Just for me.
Skyfall by far for me, personally. In terms of Bond songs. But so the main plot, Dools, what would you boil it down to?
Well, Daniel Craig is on... well, I want to leave a specific
Yeah,
bit
we-
out on why he's doing what he's doing. But he's essentially going after the shadow organization that's been referenced here and there, not by name yet.
Through
In
the-
other films, Spectre
Yeah.
is the organization, obviously. And more specifically, its leader, who turns out to be someone from his past. That's said in the trailer. And the reveal is pretty cool. We all agree
seen
that
the
we
reveal
like the
in the
reveal. It was definitely, they
it was
definitely
one
did
of,
it for us.
It was other than the opening scene, it was one of the highlights.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And so yeah, it's just a manhunt essentially for that villain, and yeah, I mean that's all it is really.
Yeah, and
Just,
then you got...
and then we got that secondary storyline, which you can...
Back in England, where it's MI5 and MI6 are converging with getting, and they want to get rid of the 00 program because it's defunct and doesn't and they want to bring in all this technology and drones and stuff like that. And M headlining the sort of opposition towards that because he had that one great line of drone when it comes to the line, drones don't know if you should or shouldn't pull a trigger.
Yeah.
That's what the 00s do. And this, I thought, was very reminiscent of Mission Impossible Rogue Nations. I'm not saying it copied because it was made basically at the same time. But
Yeah,
the
definitely
very-
similar,
yeah,
a
very
post-Snowden vibe.
Yeah, exactly. But back is Daniel Craig for his fourth
Obviously
movie.
the highlight.
Fourth movie. Final, maybe. I doubt it.
I hope not.
But he has embraced this character to a point that is amazing. I love Daniel Craig's Bond. I don't think it's the best one for me, it's Sean Connery. But Daniel Craig has made this character his own.
I think it would be safe to say for most Sean Connery fans, Craig is seriously rivaling it.
Yeah, no, I think
he's
absolutely number 2.
He's my favorite, but I think he would be. I can understand everyone's favorite.
Yes,
Most
yes.
favorites would be Sean, but yeah.
Yes, but yeah, his one-liners are back, but we was talking about this, Jules, that we thought that some of them were just a bit too forced.
Some of the they tried to bring the campiness back, and it was a bit too overdone.
Yeah.
And Laz earlier said the car scene, and just some of the chatter back and forth between him and Moneypenny was a bit
Yeah, it was just some they said visually cinematography they set up these one-liners to be really sort of poignant, and they just really missed.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
yeah. The other films I feel did dialogue a lot better.
Yeah, absolutely. But Craig was the best.
He's still the best part. That is
Absolutely.
goes without saying.
He brought back his usual Bond swagger that we loved since Casino Royale.
Fair.
I love how what might have been or might not have been intentional throwback to Casino Royale, where the Bond girl, who I'm forgetting her name, but she's Mr. White's daughter. He's in the trailer. Enters on the train in that gorgeous dress, and she's looking amazing. And then she's about to sit down, but instead, Mr. Hinks charges in. And it's just you're not getting that yet.
Yeah.
And which is kind of like similar to the one in Casino Royale.
On that point, Dawes, Mr. Hanks, played by Dave Bautista, he was great. It was a callback to the old style henchman, which was Jaws and Oddjob, where I think Jaws by far is the best one, we can all say, right? Jaws was awesome.
Too bad the movies weren't good. But yeah.
Spy Love Me wasn't bad. Dave Bautista, he was great. Like he embodied that hulking, intimidating figure so well.
His physicality in the movie, his just his overall look, and combined with the fact that he sort of embodies this henchman style that doesn't say anything, was awesome.
No
He
one
pulled it
told
off.
him to
Yeah.
go after Bond.
Yeah.
However, he does say
And he
one
just does it.
4-letter word,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
He said he said it in an interview that he says one word in it. So
Yeah.
But so I loved Hanks. Christopher Waltz, on the other hand, Franz Oberhauser, he just wasn't given enough screen time. I think that was the main fault for this movie for me that really disappointed me, and it was the script. They didn't give enough time to Christopher Waltz, and they put way too much time.
But unfortunately,
into the side
I still
story.
thought, despite that, I didn't really care so much because his performance was pretty average.
Yeah.
Yes,
So-
But
I
he
feel
wasn't
the same
given
way.
that much to work with. Like, his performance in the first scene you see him was good.
Do you know what
All
it
he
was?
does is sit there and say, welcome to... He just doesn't seem
Like-
charismatic and, like, menacing and, like...
Do you know what?
I don't know. Just...
Do you know what it was for me? It's the opening scene was excellent. It was really impactful. It really painted him as a badass. Everybody in that chamber, you could.
Oh, the introduction scene.
Introduction,
I
yeah.
thought you were talking about,
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah, the introduction scene for Christoph Waltz. Hugely impactful. You can see everybody in that frame just feeling his presence and hanging on his every word.
Yeah, as soon as he enters, it's silence.
Absolutely, and my problem is it builds him up to be this royal badass who's been lurking in the shadows, controlling everything. However, what really undercut that whole part of that for me was the way he gets taken down. I won't say how, but it was very
and that's
underwhelming.
inevitable. Every villain's...
It was because to me he was the epitome of this forward-thinking badass who has all this protection around him, all these resources, and the way he goes down is borderline stupid.
Without
takes
saying
away-
much, they do forcibly connect all the preceding Craig films
Absolutely,
in a pretty mediocre way.
Yeah.
I didn't appreciate,
almost
especially Skyfall.
it almost seems like it was an afterthought.
Definitely.
Trying
But they were just like, we gotta like quickly do this, like, especially
And his
Skyfall's villain.
motivation.
Skyfall felt like a standalone, whereas Casino and Quantum were obviously the
yes.
But it was just too forced.
And his motivation of why to do all this was, we won't say what it is because that's a spoiler.
So
It's dumb.
annoying.
But Locke, what did you think about all of Christoph Waltz?
I think I agree with Harry. He just wasn't given enough screen time. I think he played the part very well. He wasn't very charismatic, like someone said that.
Yeah.
But I still think he did a good job.
Look,
Not
from
enough
what
time.
I feel like
I think it was the script's fault.
Yeah.
Yeah, go on.
Look, I feel the character that Christoph Waltz played in Django, this intelligent, witty...
The D is silent.
Yeah, damn it, I was about to say it.
In Django, sorry, beg your pardon.
Good work.
Fair. But
work, Dools.
I think what we were expecting, Dools, especially you and me, is that he was going to bring that level of character into this film.
Because he blew us away. This is the first time we saw this guy in mainstream films. Or Inglourious Bastards more.
More
to the point.
Yeah, more to the point.
Like, he stole that, dude. He stole that. And there were big names in that film.
Sorry, it was Inglourious Bastards, that evilness that I was expecting
We
to be...
always looked
Did you
forward to
want
seeing more of him. Like,
I was expecting that
phenomenal.
evilness to be translated into this movie, but
It just wasn't.
It didn't deliver. No, it
Exactly.
didn't.
Which is disappointing. I mean, it's not always the actor's fault. It's sometimes, they've got to work with what they've got. But anyway, it sounds like we're just bashing the fuck out of this film. The action was still there.
Yeah, it was directed by Sam Mendes, which is the
And we
second
returned to
film.
the Alps, which is always a classic Bond location.
Yeah, but Sam
And it's
Mendes
still-
did Skyfall, which I personally think is a phenomenal film.
Yeah, we
I agree with you, Haz.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
The consensus is that it was a weaker of the Bond films, but I definitely like Skyfall a lot.
It wasn't.
I don't know if
weakest,
it's
though.
it's not weaker.
I mean, people don't compare it to like Casino Royale or anything like that. Like Quantum of Solace, is obviously the worst.
They're both like neck and neck on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, really.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
yeah.
they're very much similar. But so Sam Mendes is back, and he did a great job with the action. I thought the action was perfect. And by the way, this is the most beautiful Bond film. Cinematically,
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
probably.
gorgeous. Just the way it's
very
shot,
nice.
like that scene where just before the I think the actual shot is shown in a trailer, where he's just before you first see Franz Oberhauser, where it shows Bond walking up those stairs.
Yeah.
Like, and it's just like this really dimly lit, and I'm just like, this is Bond. This is really the nature of him. Just like he's just alone, and he's just he's just like he's just
a lone ranger, just going out.
All the other spy movies, they like go through the back door, and he's just like, no, I'm going in through the front. I'm going through the guards. I'm gonna charisma the shit out of them and get around them.
Like, I mean, he just showed them a ring and walked up, but
yeah, like no, like you get what I mean.
Yeah,
like he's just like that's his whole thing. That's his personality. I love it. And the car was awesome. The car chase scene, give or take. The action I thought was awesome. I loved it. But I just thought that the main problem was with the script and how it was just it was a cool story. And
that secondary storyline with the MI5 versus MI6 stuff was just honestly just straight up boring.
It brought one of the best lines in the film for M though. You'll know what it is when you see it.
Yeah.
Like I won't say it's a spoiler, but
yeah, just like whenever it cut to London, I was just like, oh fucking hell, here we go.
Here we go. Yeah.
Like, just anyway, but
so all in all, Jules, what would you give it?
Well, yeah, my review's already up. I gave it a 7.5. Because I still loved it. It sounds like we're being negative, but we're just like saying
it's because that hype.
Because it's going up against two phenomenal films.
Yeah, I'd give it a 7. I thought it was like. There's the reviews are out saying that some reviews are out saying that Quantum of Solace is better based on editing alone. Spectre is
I think
miles
you're insane.
Better. Miles better. Yeah, Spectre's miles better. So I'll give it 7. 7 out of 10. Yes.
I think I said this when we walked out of the movie. I gave it a 7.5.
All right, sweet. Yeah. Locke, what would you give it?
Oh, I'm gonna give it a 10.
Sticking to his guns.
Want to elaborate? No, we don't.
Loved it. No,
Alright, check out the review on the website, full review by Edward Dawley. You won't see the full review by Locke Mackay because that doesn't make any sense. Have a good day.